Two words that are rarely ever heard in the same sentence, but should increasingly be lumped together, are sustainable timber or sustainable lumber, which probably is going to sound quite contradictory at first glance. We need to seriously consider our efforts and focus on the end of the illegal timber and lumber practices, not only in the Philippines, but throughout the rainforest of the world, and determine a better and more viable means to continue allowing these people to make a living without the detrimental impact, environmental, social, and financial, that they're creating through the illegal timber industry. I wanted to do this in a single video, but given all the different factors, it actually took three, so this is going to be part one. The illegal timber and lumber industries inflict a devastating toll on the world's tropical rainforest basements and other forested areas around the world. The woodlands are rife with challenges and problems that are unique and need to be addressed. These illicit operations not only inflict severe ecological damage, but also disrupt the lives of local communities and contribute negatively to global climate change and create other social issues all along the path. So it really has to be stopped. Rainforest fragmentation is a direct consequence of indiscriminate tree removal. It severs critical animal habitats and disrupts established food chains. This in turn triggers population declines and even extinction events for endangered species. With the removal of trees comes an increase in the erosion of exposed soil. This not only diminishes soil fertility, but also weakens its ability to retain water, hindering future plant growth and inhibiting both natural growth and agricultural production, never mind the continued challenges and additional dangers involved in erosion and the subsequent landslides and mudslides and other environmental issues that often have a devastating toll on both human life and property. Deforestation is also a significant driver of climate change and is further exacerbated by illegal logging activities. The reduced tree cover diminishes the forest's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide, a key greenhouse gas. We can get into that discussion later. Yes, we are familiar with methane, with the water vapor, and all the other vast multitude of systemic challenges regarding climate change. And to try to narrow it down to solely carbon dioxide is foolish at best, but that is a different argument for a different day. Regardless, the disruption to the rainforest role in the woodland area's role in the global carbon cycle does contribute at least to rising global temperatures and is an area of concern, never mind the detrimental impact to the oxygen levels in the environment, because they are not absorbing the CO2 and neither are they producing oxygen. The loss of biodiversity is another significant consequence. Woodland areas and other forested regions are hotspots of biological diversity, and illegal logging disrupts this delicate ecological balance. The loss of trees and habitat leads to the decline of countless plant and animal species, diminishing the overall biodiversity of these vital and natural ecosystems. Additionally, the disruption of water cycles caused by deforestation has even more far-reaching consequences. These forests play a crucial role in regulating regional and global water cycles. Reduced forest cover can alter rainfall patterns, leading to increased occurrences of both droughts and floods. While we do have the patented construction technologies to at least mitigate the detrimental effects of natural disasters, it would still be a much more ideal solution to avoid and avert the natural disasters wherever it is possible. The impact of illegal logging also extends far beyond the ecological realm, affecting the lives and well-being of local communities, indigenous communities primarily, and others whose livelihoods depend on forest resources and who will all suffer tremendously when these forests are decimated. Deforestation can also lead to conflicts between logging companies, local communities, and even environmental activists. These conflicts can further displace communities and even escalate to violence in many cases. The social fabric of these communities can be further disrupted by the loss of forest resources, impacting traditional societal structures and cultural practices that are intricately and intimately linked to the forests, while at the same time creating further disruption as the environmentalists and the corporate logging companies institute even more change that is detrimental to the local communities, again, primarily the indigenous communities in most of these cases. The health of these communities is at extreme risk. Deforestation exposes them to increased threats of landslides, floods, and waterborne diseases, and a host of other challenges that cannot always be foreseen or dealt with before they occur. The illegal timber and lumber industries pose a particular threat to valuable hardwood trees like the teak and mahogany. These prized woods, renowned for their strength, beauty, and durability, are prime targets for illegal logging. In this particular case, I'm also going to throw in the coconut tree, though merely because it is perhaps the most commonly used and cheapest wood in the Philippines, at least. The teak trees, or I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce these names correctly. The teak trees, or the Tectona grandis, typically takes about 20 to 25 years to reach maturity suitable for timber harvest. However, teak trees can continue to improve in quality with age and may reach ages of 80 years or more in a natural environment. Mahogany trees, or genus Swietenia, generally require 20 to 30 years to reach harvestable size and produce quality timber. Like teak, mahogany trees can mature over time and produce higher quality wood with age. The higher quality wood and the age are going to be key factors here. The coconut trees, or Cocos nucifera, are unique and valuable tropical trees known for their versatile uses and products. Coconut trees typically start bearing fruit within 6 to 10 years after planting, depending on growing conditions and variety. Full production levels are usually reached by the age of 15 to 20 years. Mature coconut trees can continue producing coconuts for several decades, with peak production occurring between 20 to 40 years of age. To be fair, these are generally non-productive trees that are harvested, and just the vast number of coconut trees makes them viable in their current role, but I do think that can potentially be supplemented at least to some degree. The unsustainable extraction practices associated with the illegal timber and lumber industries lead to the depletion of these valuable resources, jeopardizing their availability for future generations and the environmental stability that they create. The removal of these long-term growth trees disrupts the natural regeneration process of the forested areas and the natural ecological systems, hindering the development of future timber resources. The loss of these hardwood trees also weakens the vital ecosystem services provided by the forests and the woodland areas. Services such as water purification, oxygen production, and soil stabilization. Again, we've touched briefly on the detrimental effects of these losses. The illegal timber trade also undermines the legal timber markets, leading to unfair competition and economic losses for legitimate tax-paying businesses. The areas of Southeast Asia, the Amazon rainforest basin, the Borneo rainforest basin, and even the Congo rainforest basins are areas of particular concern. These regions boast some of the world's most diverse and threatened rainforests. Rampant illegal logging in these areas, fueled by high demand for hardwoods and lax enforcement generally due to a lack of funding, has resulted in severe deforestation and ecological degradation. The consequences are particularly severe due to the unique biodiversity and irreplaceable ecological functions of these tropical and subtropical forests. The illegal timber and lumber industries further create a vicious cycle of environmental destruction, social disruption, and economic instability. These consequences tend to transcend just the local communities and ecosystems, impacting the global climate as a whole. Addressing this issue requires a multi-pronged approach, including stricter enforcement of regulations, the implementation of sustainable forestry practices, and initiatives to raise consumer awareness regarding the devastating effects of the illegal logging and timber trades. Only through such a comprehensive approach can we hope to mitigate the damage and preserve the irreplaceable forests for future generations. In Part 2, we will consider how it is indeed possible not only to end the illegal timber and lumber industries, but also to replace them with equally profitable alternatives and to reforest not only the Philippines, but also the Borneo, the Amazon, and the Congo rainforest basins. So if you'd like to know more, we'd love to hear from you, and check out those other videos if you don't mind, please. Thank you. Bye. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment below.